If you traded in your truck for something newer in the last 5 years, you might have made a costly mistake, and you are not the only one. Right now, while dealers are pushing complicated turbocharged engines and fancy tech that breaks down, Consumer Reports just dropped a bombshell that has manufacturers scrambling. They identified 6 pickup trucks, so bulletproof the industry is genuinely worried. We are talking about rigs that laugh at 300,000 miles, while brand new $80,000 trucks are getting towed to the dealer before 50,000 miles. Veteran mechanics are calling these the last real workhorses. These were built before engineers decided trucks needed to be rolling computers. The reliability gap is so massive, it is embarrassing the competition. So, if you are still chasing the latest model with all the bells and whistles, you need to see this. Here are the 6 trucks that prove they really do not build them like they used to. Subscribe now and hit that like button if you are tired of overpriced, unreliable trucks. But before we start, there was a time when pickup trucks were built with one mission: last forever. Engineers designed components that could handle decades of abuse, not just survive until the warranty expired. This was not just good business. It created legendary brand loyalty that passed through generations. My grandfather's truck is still running, used to be the ultimate endorsement. Today that philosophy has largely disappeared. Modern trucks follow what industry insiders call the 60,001 mile design target. Build it just strong enough to survive the powertrain warranty, then let the service department take over. It is a brilliant profit model, but terrible for consumers who expect their $70,000 investment to last. You know, Toyota remains one of the few companies still designing with the million-mile mentality, while other manufacturers, well, they trim costs by cutting material thickness by fractions of millimeters. Toyota routinely over-engineers critical components. Their philosophy is pretty simple: spend an extra $200 in manufacturing to save the customer $3,000 in repairs down the road. This approach, yeah, it sacrifices short-term profit margins, but it builds unshakable brand loyalty. Take engine blocks for instance. Most manufacturers have switched from cast iron to aluminum to save weight and meet fuel economy standards. On paper, this makes sense. Lighter trucks use less fuel, but in the real world, aluminum blocks just can't handle the same thermal stress, pressure, or physical abuse as cast iron. They warp easier, they crack under extreme conditions, and honestly, they have shorter overall lifespans. Then there is the critical difference between open-deck and closed-deck engine designs. Most modern trucks use open-deck blocks because, well, they're cheaper to manufacture, but under high-stress conditions like towing and summer heat, these designs flex and fail much earlier than closed-deck alternatives. So, Toyota's 5.7-liter V8 and those older Ford modular 5.8 engines, they use these really robust closed-deck designs that can handle, honestly, double the abuse. These closed-deck setups are a huge reason why some of those older trucks just keep going for so long. Now, here's the service department secret they really don't want you to know. Dealerships actually make 70% of their profit from repairs and service, not from selling new vehicles. So, a super reliable truck that never needs major repairs, well, that's literally bad for business. This kind of creates a perverse incentive, you know, to design trucks that will need expensive repairs right after the warranty runs out. Just take cooling systems as a perfect example. Engineers absolutely know how to build radiators and water pumps that last 300,000 miles, but most modern trucks use plastic parts and undersized coolers that start failing around 80,000 miles. That $900 repair bill? It's basically pure profit for dealerships. Meanwhile, those older Toyota Tundras with their oversized all-metal cooling systems just keep running year after year, no issues at all. The naturally aspirated V8 was once the gold standard in pickup trucks. Simple, reliable power that could run for decades with minimal maintenance. Today, nearly every truck on the market comes with a turbocharged engine that promises better fuel economy, but at what cost? Let's look at the cold, hard data. Turbochargers typically begin to fail between 100,000 and 150,000 miles, with replacement costs ranging from $2,000 to over $4,000 depending on the truck. Factor in labor and associated components and you're often looking at a repair bill that exceeds the value of many older vehicles. The Toyota Tundra, made before 2022 with its nickname Dinosaur 5.7-liter I-Force V8, has proven itself capable of routinely exceeding 300,000 miles without major engine repairs. That is not an exaggeration. There are documented cases of these engines passing 500,000 miles with just regular maintenance. Toyota's decision to finally retire this engine in 2022 was not because it was failing. They were forced to meet ever stricter emission standards. Why do naturally aspirated engines last longer? Well, it really comes down to heat cycles and pressure. Turbochargers operate at extreme temperatures, often exceeding 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, and they spin at up to 150,000 revolutions per minute. This creates thermal stress that honestly, no mechanical component can withstand indefinitely. Every time you start and stop a turbocharged engine, these components endure extreme temperature changes that naturally aspirated engines simply do not experience. The dirty secret is that most manufacturers were forced into turbocharging by corporate average fuel economy standards, those federal fuel economy regulations that demanded better mileage numbers. Instead of building truly efficient vehicles, engineers found a loophole. Turbocharged engines perform exceptionally well in controlled Environmental Protection Agency testing, but honestly, they rarely achieve those same numbers in real-world driving, especially when you're towing or hauling. Beyond the turbochargers themselves, these engines require complex intercooler systems, high-pressure direct injection, and precision sensors that all become failure points. A naturally aspirated engine might have 15 to 20 critical components. Modern turbocharged engines often have 40 to 50 components that can bring the entire system down if they fail. Mechanics report that intercooler failures on Ford EcoBoost engines are now common after just 60,000 miles, with replacement costs around $1,200. High-pressure fuel pumps on General Motors turbo engines often fail at similar intervals, costing owners $800 to $1,500 each time. Meanwhile, the outdated V8 in that old Tundra just keeps asking for oil changes and the occasional spark plug replacement. The second-generation Toyota Tacoma, well, it really defies every rule of vehicle depreciation. While most trucks lose about 50 to 60% of their value in the first 5 years, these Tacomas often retain 70 to 80% of their original price, even a decade later. And this isn't just anecdotal, it's actually reflected in Kelley Blue Book valuations, auction results, and classified listings all across the country. A 2012 Tacoma TRD with 100,000 miles still commands $20,000 to $25,000 in today's market. That same year, an F-150 with identical mileage might fetch $12,000 to $15,000. And honestly, this isn't brand bias. It's just market recognition of reliability, and that translates directly into financial value. Leasing companies actually hate trucks like the Tacoma because they completely disrupt their business model. Lease pricing depends on accurate residual value predictions, and vehicles that hold their value too well, they create accounting nightmares. So, here's the thing. Some lease companies have actually raised monthly payments on Tacomas just because they don't depreciate the way standard financial models expect them to. This creates what industry folks like to call the drive for free phenomenon. If you buy a reliable truck like a Tacoma and sell it after 5 years, your total cost of ownership can actually turn out to be lower than if you leased a similar truck for the same time. Basically, you're putting your money into a vehicle asset instead of making payments that just disappear forever. Auction data really backs this up. At wholesale dealer auctions, used Tacomas usually sell within the first 5 minutes they hit the block, and they often go for thousands more than what was projected. Meanwhile, trucks from less reliable brands that are 3 years old often just sit there, unsold, or they sell below book value because dealers know that those repair histories could hurt their reputation. Even insurance companies factor reliability into their calculations. While they do not explicitly advertise it, trucks with proven reliability records typically qualify for better rates because insurers know these vehicles are less likely to leave owners stranded or require towing services. This further reduces the total cost of ownership for the savvy buyer who prioritizes long-term reliability. The most stunning example of this value retention happens at the 10-year mark. Most trucks have depreciated to near salvage value by this point, but a 10-year-old Tacoma with 150,000 miles might still command 40% of its original MSRP, a financial performance that outperforms many traditional investments. Number 4. Nissan Frontier. The Nissan Frontier went virtually unchanged from 2005 to 2021, an eternity in the automotive world. Critics mocked its outdated design and ancient technology, but something interesting happened along the way. It became one of the most reliable mid-size trucks ever built. This illustrates what engineers call the bathtub curve of reliability. When a new platform launches, it experiences numerous issues as real-world conditions expose design flaws. After 3 to 4 years, these problems get resolved through technical service bulletins and manufacturing changes. By 5 to 8 years, the platform reaches peak reliability. Nissan Frontier, 2005 to 2021. Its 14-year unchanged run allowed all bugs to be worked out, making it one of the most reliable mid-size trucks. Avoid first-year models of any redesign. Ford F-150, 2011 to 2014. Equipped with a proven, reliable 6-speed automatic transmission. Avoid newer models with problematic 8 and 10-speed transmissions that often fail just after the warranty expires. Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra, 2007 to 2013, strikes the perfect balance of useful tech and mechanical simplicity, more repairable and less prone to costly electronic failures than modern trucks. Honda Ridgeline, first generation, features a bulletproof J35 V6 engine and a durable unibody design that reduces stress on components. Consistently tops reliability surveys despite its unconventional design. The bottom line is this: the most reliable trucks have proven simple technology, like naturally aspirated engines and robust transmissions, not the latest gadgets. These models offer decades of service with lower repair costs and better long-term value than newer, more complex trucks.